Hello. What strange times we are living in right now. It has um, gotten stranger and stranger as 2020 has progressed. Um, on Monday, we did a guided meditation to help bring peace, loving, and harmony to the earth and to the people that are living on the earth. And I don't know that that certainly wasn't enough. They're still having trouble, and we still need to continue sending love out. Today, we're going to talk about anxiety. A little bit of a story for today is that at about 10 o'clock this morning, I got a message that was forwarded to me from a friend uh, that has a job at the PUD. And the PUD had sent out a notice to all of their employees saying that they were only working partial day today because there was supposed to be um, protesters in Everett. And it appeared that they were going to be about 2 blocks from the shop. You know, for somebody that doesn't know, I'm Lynn Matajan from Matajan's Herbals, and I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself right away. I had several people call me saying, we're coming into the shop today, and I had to tell them, please don't, because I don't know what's going to happen here. Well, as it ended up, there was nothing that happened. It is, nobody showed, but it made for a very anxiety-filled day for me. It was because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen to the shop, and I didn't know what was going to happen to the people that live on the streets in that area. And so I thought it was kind of interesting that we were actually going to talk about anxiety today, and it had been planned for this already. But this is a very anxious time right now. It is, and anxiety is your body's natural response to stress. It's a feeling of fear or apprehension about what's to come, and anything can trigger it. I mean, things like that we're having right now with the coronavirus, and also what we're having now with all of uh, the the protesting and the rioting and the looting. It is it's a hard time. It is and anxiety can be a one-off dependent upon what is happening around with your stress level. It also can become a disorder if it continues to happen, and if it then starts affecting your life, that you don't go outside anymore because you're afraid of what's going to happen. Being nervous for a new job interview or first day of school, that's all very normal, and it's again just like a one-off, and you don't have to really worry about it. But when you notice that it's taking a toll on your life, that's when you really need to do something about it. It is anxiety feels different depending upon the person experiencing it. Feelings can range from butterflies in your stomach to a racing heart. You might feel out of control, like there's a disconnect between your mind and your body. Other people experience anxiety can be with nightmares, panic attacks, painful thoughts or memories you can't control, um, or just a general feeling of fear and worry. Um, One of the things that you have to keep in mind is everybody feels anxiety. Even the children are feeling anxiety because the routine that they had, getting up on Monday through Friday, going to school, seeing their friends, playing, having a good time, those things are all away. They've been taken away, and the kids aren't really sure what they're supposed to be doing right now. How are they supposed to be dealing with this? So watch your kids for acting out in ways that they wouldn't normally do it. Um, Crying, being very emotional, not sleeping. These are all things that we as parents need to pay attention to for our children as well. There's a wide variety of ways that you can actually treat anxiety, even before it becomes a disorder. It is some things are lifestyle changes. Um, if you are actually, there's three ways you can treat anxiety. One is through um, natural remedies. There's four ways. Natural remedies. Another one is some lifestyle changes. A third one is medication. And the fourth one is counseling. Lifestyle changes can be a very effective way to reduce some stress and anxiety, and it is generally just participating in healthy activities and eliminating the unhealthy ones. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Meditating is a great way to go. If you think that you can't meditate, let me give you some helpful hints. Meditating is like weightlifting. You don't start at 300 pounds and you don't start at 30 minutes. You start at 3 minutes. You go to your computer or your telephone and you look for 3-minute meditation music. And then you turn that music on. Then you don't have to worry about the timing, okay? I know it's 3 minutes. The music will stop when it's 3 minutes. I don't have to keep looking at my watch to see when is that 3 minutes up. Light a candle and focus on the flame, because if your eyes are on the flame, that will help your brain release all of the other things that it's thinking about. And you do your meditation for 3 minutes until all of a sudden one day you figure, wow, that was 3 minutes already? I just started. And then you move to 5 minutes. And you just keep making small incremental changes in the time and in the music. And pretty soon you're going to be sitting there meditating for 20 minutes or 30 minutes because you've set yourself up for success and not for failure by trying to sit down and meditate for 30 minutes right out of the box. Staying active and exercising. Now, all of the public service announcements on television have been telling you, get out, walk, breathe the fresh air. And that's true. If you are out and moving around, you are going to engage your brain in what you're looking at and what you're seeing, and it's going to take your mind off of some of the things that are worrying you. Eating a healthy diet. If your body feels better, your mind feels better. Avoid alcohol, avoid caffeine, quit smoking cigarettes. Don't do them all three at one time, because that would induce stress as opposed to reduce the stress. A couple of exercises that came from one of the friends of the shop. Her name is Jamie, and she suggested using box breathing. Now, box breathing is you breathe in for 5 seconds, you hold it for 5 seconds, then you breathe out for 5 seconds and hold it for 5 seconds. And what you're doing is, as you're doing each one of these in, out, you visualize a box. So that helps focus your brain and maintains your control of your body. You can't hyperventilate, which is one of the symptoms of a panic attack, because you are managing your breath. It is, your heartbeat will stay normal and won't be pounding, and the adrenaline stays low. Most particularly if you're counting the seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's focusing your brain, and you can't get in a tizzy because your brain is working already. That would be for a panic attack. Gratitude is the enemy of anxiety. If you look at your blessings as opposed to what's driving you nuts, that's going to again focus your brain. One of the things that I've said, both in some of these different lives and also on the posts, which I will try to post tomorrow, you get to decide what stories you're going to tell. So if you're looking for the silver lining and you're looking at the blessings that you have, those will build the stories that you are going to be able to tell 10 years, 20 years from now about, whoa, this whole COVID thing. And it is, and when you're looking for those things, you're going to find them. It's like when you go get a new car and you decide, I'm going to have a red car because nobody has red cars, so I'll know it's mine. And then you buy a red car, and the minute you drive off the lot, all of a sudden everybody's driving a red car. It is, or when you get pregnant, all of a sudden you're seeing all of these women that are walking around pregnant. And what are we, having a baby boom? It's because that's what your mind is focused on. And so you're looking for those kinds of good things. And if you're looking for your blessings, you're not going to be worrying as much about the things that are creating your anxiousness. The other part is to stay in the present. Don't worry about what's happening next, because working with what you've got today, that is enough to worry about. Make sure you've got, you don't want to totally disregard the future, and you don't want to totally say, well, it doesn't matter if I go grocery shopping or not, because I'm only going to worry about today, and I've got dinner for today already. That's not what you want to do. But you do want to stay in the present and not worry too much about the election that's upcoming, or what comes after the rioting. I don't know. Herbal remedies. There are several different herbal remedies that you can use. That would include lavender. Lavender calms you down. You can use lavender essential oil, put it on the bottom of your feet. You can put it in your diffuser and have it diffused all throughout your house. You can put it in a tea bag and put it in your dryer so that your sheets smell like lavender and your linens smell like lavender. And so when you're trying to sleep, that's what you're breathing in, is the lavender, and that is going to relax you. Cedar is the same way. Cedar will relax you, and you can use it in the same manner. You can use it as an essential oil, or I've got my fireplace here, and when my daughter trims her cedar trees, I'll get a bunch of the needles, and when I have a fire here in the house, I'll put some of the cedar, excuse me, the cedar needles in my fireplace, and then my whole house smells like cedar. It is, chamomile is another one that is a relaxer. It is an antispasmodic, so it relaxes your muscles. When you get anxious, you tend to stress and do tighten your muscles, and the chamomile will help with that relaxing. Now, there are two herbs that are called adaptogens, and these are herbs that help put your body back into normal stasis. Ashwagandha and astragalus are two. They're both from India. These will help you manage your stress levels too. If you are finding that you're stressing considerably more often, if you're stressing every day, if it's a one-off kind of thing like today was, then the lavender, the chamomile, and the cedar will work because it's more of a one-off. With the astragalus and the ashwagandha, you would take those either in capsule form or you would take them in a tea form. That will help your body deal with that kind of stress. Now, what we're going to talk about tonight is skullcap, and I wanted to set up the what anxiety is so that you can identify it right off the top and know, okay, that's what I'm working with. Now, skullcap, there's a couple different kinds. You want to use American skullcap. It's Scullitaria lateriflora, if that's what you're looking for in terms of Latin. It is native here to the North America, but now it is widely cultivated in Europe and other areas as well. It's been used for more than 200 years as a mild relaxant and as a therapy for anxiety. So it is a muscle relaxer and it is an anti-anxiety. So when you have your muscles all tight, it's going to help that. And when the muscles start relax, you start letting go of some of the anxiety as well. They work together. It is studies have shown that American skullcap has significant antioxidant effects and may help protect against neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, anxiety, and depression. Um, there's also some evidence that suggests that American skullcap may inhibit food allergy responses, and it's an anti-inflammatory and helps with muscle spasms as well. It stimulates your blood flow in the pelvic region and encourages menstruation. It helps eliminate headaches, reduce fevers, and to treat gout. It also is not bad tasting. It is, and you can take it in capsule form, you can take it in tea form, you can take it in a tincture. So a tea is a simple infusion where you would steep it for 15 minutes. A decoction, you would stew the herbs and for 45 minutes and then let them sit overnight and strain them. And that would be stronger than the infusion. Um, a tincture is where you use alcohol to draw the medicine out of the herbs. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to use honey, and we're going to do an infused honey for this. Now the reason I decided to go with the honey is because of the kids that we talked about earlier, the ones that are having anxiety. It doesn't taste good enough that a kid is going to say, oh, let me have a cup of skullcap tea. And you don't want to give a child tincture because it's 80 proof alcohol. By infusing the honey, you can simply give them a spoonful of honey, and that's going to get the medicine into their body. It is skullcap was also a magical herb, and I'm going to just throw this in there real fast. It is a feminine herb. The planet is Saturn. The element is water, and it's used for love, fidelity, and peace. And a woman who wears skullcap protects her husband against the charms of other women. So if you think your husband's stepping out on you, wear some skullcap. Now what we're going to do is, this is skullcap, and this is a purple mason jar. And we're going to fill the mason jar with this up to 25%, and I'm kind of making a mess here. So, okay, that looks like about 25%. Then we're simply going to put the honey in there. Now you want to remember to label and date whatever it is that you're making, because time passes really quickly, and you'll forget how long it's been here. What you're going to do now is put your lid on it and turn it upside down a couple of times so that the herbs get all wet and it's not just the honey sitting on top of the herbs. It is, and then you're going to want to put it in a window. You want to put it in a window where it gets the sunshine, and every day you're going to turn it upside down. Now, if the herbs the herbs are dried, and so they're going to absorb some of the honey. And if it absorbs enough of the honey that the herbs come out on top, then what you're going to want to do is add more honey to the jar. It is you're going to want to let it sit in the window for 2 to 3 weeks. The longer you set it in your window, the stronger the medicine will be. And you want to have it relatively strong because otherwise, why take it? That's what I've got for you today. Is for anxiety and how to help manage it for not only yourself but for your children and other family members. If you have any questions, please either give me a call at the shop or put it on the page here. I'll be, as always, answering any comments that you've put on there, as we've done today. We've got the full moon coming up, and I think it's on the 5th, so that's probably Friday. It is, we'll be doing the full moon here at my house again, and if the weather stays kind of cold, then we'll use the fireplace. If it doesn't, then we'll use a cauldron. You want to make sure that you have your release written out so that you can burn your release with me when I'm burning mine. And if you have any ideas about a class that you would like to have or something you'd like to learn more about, Skullcap was at the request of one of my customers. And I thank you very much for sending me those requests, because sometimes it's pretty tough to come up with something to say twice a week. Thank you for joining me. Stay safe, stay calm, and if you need me, come find me at the shop. Thank you.